today I would like to share my little weekend vacation with you that I had to Yosemite National Park. It's in California, just a few hours from where I live, so my boyfriend and I decided that we'd go on a little weekend trip. He had never been there before, and I hadn't been for about 10 years, so I thought it would be a lot of fun to kind of do something different and do a little bit of hiking. So we took off driving on last Thursday, so about a week ago. And we got there Thursday afternoon and checked into our hotel. Now, I know it's not really camping if you're in a hotel, but it's kind of cold there right now, so we decided we'd stay in a hotel. So we did. So we got there Thursday afternoon, and we just kind of relaxed when we got there, and we went to dinner at a little restaurant there that was connected to the hotel. So yeah, that night, I guess like the previous few weeks it had been sunny there, but that night was supposed to be the first snow of the season. And I had never been there at this time of year. I'd always gone during the summer. So yeah, that night it snowed while we were sleeping. And when we woke up, there wasn't much snow at our hotel, but we could tell that it had snowed a little bit higher up in the mountains. So we knew that when we went into the park, there would probably be snow. So we drove into the park, and there was a little bit of snow on the ground. And it was absolutely breathtaking. It was beautiful. I'd never seen anything like that at Yosemite. Or I don't think I've even seen pictures. But yeah, it was beautiful driving in. And we kind of didn't know where we were going, so we just parked at like the visitors area and looked at the map that they gave us and decided that we were going to go on a hike at Vernal Falls because I had done that hike before with my family and I really enjoyed it. So we took some time figuring out how to get there, and we made sure we were dressed nice and warmly. And we began the trail. And the views were just beautiful, and it actually wasn't that cold. It had snowed the night before, but the sun was out. So it was really nice to be able to walk along the trail and not have to be going through like a foot of snow or something like that. The trail was pretty clear most of the way. So at one point, when we were at the bottom of the falls, we saw a sign of a missing couple, and it said that they were last seen going over the waterfall. And I guess they had not found their bodies, so it wasn't very, very comforting knowing that we had to still go to the top of the waterfall. And I had never hiked up the mountain, certainly when there was snow. So, both of us were a little bit scared going up. But the views were just magnificent, and we didn't end up falling or getting injured or anything. It was actually quite nice. I'm not really that healthy of a person. My boyfriend does exercise, but I don't, so I thought that I'd have a lot of trouble. But I made it up just fine. And we did make it to the top, where we could see over the waterfall and down below where we had just came from. So we felt very accomplished. And then walking down, it was a whole lot easier going down than it was coming up, of course. So then after that, we were quite exhausted. I think it's only like 1.5 miles to the top there, which is kind of a beginner's hike, I guess, but it was enough for us. So after that, we went back to our hotel, and we were kind of exhausted, so we went and relaxed in the hot tub, and to kind of loosen up our muscles after the hike so we wouldn't be sore the next day. So then after that, we went to sleep and hoped for a great day, just as we had had that day for tomorrow. So we woke up Friday morning and I made breakfast in our room. We had like a nice little kitchen area in our room. So I made breakfast and made sure we had a lot of energy for the hike that we were going to do that day. So, for that day, we decided we were going to go to Yosemite Falls. And I had never done that hike before, but you can go to the bottom of Yosemite Falls. There's an upper and a lower Yosemite Falls. And we decided we would try the upper Yosemite Falls trail. To me, this one was a lot easier than the one we had done the day before. But it was, I think it's like 3 miles or a little over 3 miles, so it was longer. And we had a good time doing that too. I think all of the snow was melted that day. I didn't really see much, except for towards the top of the waterfall. There was snow that was melting and falling from the waterfall. You could hear like the loud crash as the snow was falling. And we made it almost all the way to the top, but we kind of wanted to turn around after a certain point and go back, because we didn't know how much farther it would be, and we didn't want to get stuck up there in the middle of the night in the freezing cold. So we ended up turning back and saying that we would come back another time and try to finish that one. And we were both kind of sore from the hike the day before as well, so I think it was a good idea that we did turn back. But there were just great views everywhere, and when we got back to the bottom, we walked along a trail to go to the lower Yosemite Falls, and there were just huge crowds of people from all different countries from around the world So we took a few pictures right there and continued along the trail. And one of the things I was really hoping for before we left was to see some sort of wildlife, whether it be like a bear or a deer, or I don't know, some lady said that she saw a bobcat along the trail. But I probably would have rather seen a deer and not something that would kill me. So as we were walking along that trail, we ended up seeing two deer. One was younger and one was older. I don't know if it was a mother and its child or what, but they walked right in front of us and they didn't seem scared at all. And I'll probably play a little video right here. Hopefully it's not too loud. I don't know, but yeah, it was pretty awesome seeing these deer. So we kept on traveling along that trail back to where our car was parked, and we ended up seeing a few other families of deer, so they were just kind of all in that same area that we were walking. So it was nice that we were able to see some deer. They're so peaceful and graceful in the way that they walk and everything they do, so it's really nice at the end of our trail to see something like that. So then we made our way back to our car and got some souvenirs for my family and some more food from the store so I could make breakfast in the morning again. And yeah, we just went back to the hotel and kind of relaxed for our last night and reflected on all of the pictures that we had taken and really enjoyed ourselves. And the next day we drove back home. And it's always kind of a bummer when you have to leave a vacation when you're really enjoying yourself, but I'm glad that we went. And for any of you who have never visited Yosemite National Park, I definitely recommend it. Like I said, we stayed in a hotel, so if you're not the type of person that likes staying in tents or camping, they have hotels, and if you do like camping, they have options for that as well. So I definitely recommend it for anybody who likes going outdoors or hiking. And I'm sure that there's a lot more activities to do there than just what we did, but there just wasn't enough time in the few days that we were there. So I haven't done videos for a while, and I think that's kind of my thing. I don't really do them very often, and I really appreciate the people who do. And I don't know how you find the time, because I feel like some of you are even more busy than me. So I thank you all for listening and being patient with me.